Good morning, Second Bridge. This is First Lieutenant Aguilar. I'll be giving you a video briefing of our plan for March. Essentially, the main thing you need to take away is that we have 3.5 primary tasks. Task number 1 is inventory. Task number 2 is equipment prep for April. So just like the normal PMCS, packing, road testing, that kind of thing. And PMI as well. The half comes in that we need to conduct the ACFT. It's just a diagnostic, as well as leadership needs to administer the ACFT for the other half of the unit being the company. So yeah, let's just kind of walk through the days, and then I'll go a little bit more in depth on each of those 3.5 tasks. So first up, we just have our normal 06 sign-in, leadership huddle at 0630. First formation is going to be 07 to 0730-ish. And the focus of this day is going to be getting started on those 3 main tasks I told you guys about. So the equipment prep, inventory, and prep for PMI. Leadership, so kind of like NCOs, will be at the field house administering the ACFT for everyone else in the unit. You will be showing up in OCPs, whereas the rest of the company will be showing up in duty uniform, or my bad, in IPFUs. So yeah. You guys just show up in OCPs, and the sergeants or NCOs will take care of the ACFT for everyone else, and you'll be focusing on the 3 main tasks, which I'll get into more in depth. And then essentially that's what the afternoon looks like as well. Just you will have equipment prep, inventory, PMI as well. We'll just have the NCOs there to help out a little bit as well. Next up, we got on Sunday, we will be showing up in IPFUs because this is the day that we as Second Bridge are going to be taking the ACFT. It's going to be early, not early, just the normal time, like 08 to 1000. And then as soon as we're done with that, we will be conducting a height weight just because we'll all be in IPFUs anyways. Hit lunch. The main thing that's going to be happening is just finishing all the things we talked about. Finishing all the things I talked about already, the PMI, inventory, and equipment prep, which I'll get more in depth in. And then there will be a radio class. One continuing issue we've had is the radios, like not bringing the batteries last time, having difficulty installing them into, or not installing, but like mounting them into our various vehicles. So I'm trying to get someone from headquarters to help out with that situation. And then we'll have everyone at 14:30 or a time to be designated appear for that radio class, so we're all proficient in doing everything radio related. Okay, so equipment prep is the main priority of first section. I've divided up those 3 main tasks, inventory, equipment prep, and PMI, between sections. That does not mean that just because you're in first section you will be helping with equipment prep only. You'll likely be helping on multiple different fronts. However, this is going to be what your leadership is kind of tasked with. So there will be a little bit of shuffling, but more than likely, if you're in the first section, you're more than likely going to be doing a lot of this stuff. So the main things that must be done is a thorough PMCS with a road test, because we're going to be conducting a long movement to YTC next month. Prepping and packing the range boxes, working with Sergeant Torgeson to ensure that we all know how to mount radios and CBTs and LMTVs, as well as drafting up an equipment deficiencies list. And there's a lot of resources that your sergeants already know about that they can use to help accomplish this task. For second section, primarily you guys are going to be running the PMI for the M4 for the unit. We're going to be running through tables 1, 2, and 3. So table 1 is the PMI with the written test. So that's like the classroom instruction, kind of like what Sergeant Kirk gave last time. I believe that your leadership will probably be using a slideshow that Staff Sergeant Tran made quite a while ago, but there will be a written test at the end of it where you're required to get an 80%. Following that, we'll be utilizing the ST2000 for a 0 in qual. And then thirdly, we'll be doing a skills and drills. That's the final third table, kind of utilizing the barricades that we've created to help mimic the movements that you'll have to go through, as well as all of these things right here listed in the top right-hand corner of this slide. Additionally, we actually have a priority shooters list. I've went through the list. I've eliminated the people who usually don't show up and whatever. And basically what we have right here is my priority list. These are the people who need to qual, who don't have a qual within the most recent year. Now, if you're a NCO who has like historically qualified, like Staff Sergeant Barrick or Sergeant Ditch or whatever, like without an issue, you'll obviously be utilized to do other things. However, if you are not a NCO who has a history of qualing very effectively, and you're on this list, your priority is going to be getting through tables 1, 2, and 3. All right. And then next up, and again, there's the resources that your leadership already has. And then finally, we have inventory. This is going to be the main priority for third section leadership. It's going to be like inventory like last time, where basically just we have a sub hand receipt I have from the commander of all the things that I've signed for, and basically all those things we're going to check the condition of, get a picture of each of those things with the serial number as confirmation that we do indeed have them. One thing I want to say is don't freak out if we don't have something. I mean, that's obviously not a good thing, but we more want honesty to see what things we have, what things we don't have, so we have a real honest inventory list. So this is going to be a big task. This is going to be a continuous task for third section and other people. I've listed their resources as well. And yeah, that's basically the third major item that needs to be accomplished this weekend. And then finally, the radio setup class. I've just assigned to Sergeant Torgerson, so I'm more talking with you. Basically, make sure that we have all those things done, which I've alluded to throughout this presentation. Small things. I'll make sure to get someone from HQ to help out so they can be kind of like training you as the trainer. And then you'll have a classroom or a place for instruction on Sunday. I right now have it scheduled for about 14:30 when you give that class. So yeah, that's kind of the main idea. Last thing, hang-ups. A lot of times there are things that can force us to stay long. Just so everyone's aware, this is what I believe is going to be the major hang-ups right here. We need to finish all the PMI instruction. Inventory, if we're like 90% done, then we're good because I have spring break afterwards, so I can finish it myself this coming up week. Equipment prep, obviously that needs to be done. But for NCOs and leadership promotion packets or E4s, promotion packets and NCORs need to be done by the end of BA. If they're not, then that's going to be like one of the hang-ups. So keep that in mind if you're wanting to get home early. Just be like, okay, I got to accomplish these basically 1, 2, 3, I guess ACFT 4, 5, 6 tasks. And then if we get that done, we should be able to get home at a reasonable time. Okay, thanks for your time. Please let me know if you have any questions. Utilize your chain of command. They probably know what's up. And I'll post this on Google Classroom as well. Bye-bye.